I don't believe quitting porn in and of itself is going to do anything to change the quality of your life. Let me say that again. Quitting porn by itself is not enough to change the reality, to change the outcome, to change the existence of the life that you're living. The other day I was having a conversation with a young man. He had reached out and he was interested in inquiring about some of our programs, some of our services. And what was interesting is we were communicating through Instagram. This young man's profile was a no-fap tracker page. His account was him posting every day, a day counting streak. And I went through the post and I'd see day 6, day 7. And then before we know it, it was back to square one, day 1. And I asked him what he was struggling with. And he said his biggest challenge was getting to 120 days without looking at porn. And I've heard this before. This is not something new that I've heard from young men. They're so focused on the tracking of the days, the amount of days that they go without looking at pornography, that they're missing the big picture of what this entire process, of what creating freedom in our life is ultimately about. So think about the mental nature of a man that spends every waking moment thinking about how to not look at pornography today. And then at the end of the day, he puts a check mark into a box that he succeeded. And then tomorrow he wakes up and repeats the cycle. And the entire goal of that man's life is to put one more checkbox into the tracking sheet. What is that man telling himself? What state of mind? How does he view himself in his relationship to pornography? I see it as a man that is constantly reminding and telling himself that pornography holds complete and absolute power over him. And his entire life is centered and focused around making it one more day. And even if he gets to 30 days, he's still got to focus on 31, 32. Even if he made it to 90 days, he's going to wake up on day 91 with the same belief system, the same struggle. Quitting porn in and of itself is not enough to change who you are. And if you want to truly break free from this addiction, what we say, transcend the behavior. So pornography, masturbation, social media, OnlyFans no longer holds power over you. It must require an identity change. You must become a different man in this process. The man that doesn't care about counting the days because he's so focused on working on who he is becoming. And the man that he is becoming doesn't look at porn. Do you see the difference in those belief systems? Do you understand the difference in how that changes your state of mind and how that changes who you are on the inside and how that changes how you show up and take on the world? If I have to spend my entire day focused on checking a box, what am I missing out on? Who am I not becoming? Because I'm identifying myself as the man that still struggles with the addiction. Because if I didn't struggle with it, there'd be no need to check the box. If I shift my perspective, if I change my focus and I set a clear path and a clear target on becoming the man that does everything in his life so he doesn't need to go numb himself with pornography, how much more of a fruitful, rewarding, prosperous life would that be? I told this young man, why are you focused on getting to 120 days? I asked him the question, what happens? And his response was, I believe I've heard somewhere that that's the length of time that you need to overcome this addiction. You know how many days you need to truly break free from the addiction? 1. You make a choice in time that you're changing the trajectory of your life and you're willing to do whatever it takes to transcend, break free, and become the man that no longer struggles with pornography. The choice is made in a moment's time. Now, yes, there's science to behavioral change, reprogramming, neurological cycles. We spoke with Dr. Caroline Leaf on the Superman Life podcast now twice. Her neurocycle is somewhere between 63 to 180 days based upon the work that you're doing. Going without porn in and of itself isn't anything in changing who you are. It's the work that you do in the process of pursuing freedom that changes you And by changing you, you change your life. So what new daily habits are you integrating into your life? What new belief systems are you beginning to live by? What new standards have you risen up for yourself and begin to live your life out by? How are you taking control of your body? Are you pursuing a physical transformation while on this process? What new purposes, what new passions, what new endeavors are you embarking on that are going to challenge you to become a better version of yourself? They're going to challenge you to learn new skill sets, new information to create neuroplasticity within your brain. You can only change your brain through new experiences. Doing the same things will produce the same results. What new relationships are you forming, both with men and with women? If you're married, how are you changing how you treat and pursue and date your wife? What new service opportunities are you embarking on? What new gratitude, meditation, journaling practices have you taken on? All of these things are what's going to change the outcome of your life. Quitting porn in and of itself is not enough. Every guy that's come into our program, the vast majority of them at least, has told me before, Frank, I've had 6 months of sobriety. I went an entire year without looking at porn. And then before I knew it, something felt like it knocked me upside the head and I slipped right back into it. And oftentimes, because it came out of nowhere, they fall deeper. It's because they didn't do the necessary work. They didn't become the man that no longer needs, wants, or desires pornography in his life. All recovery from addiction requires a spiritual transformation. There must be a death of the old self and the creation of a new man. The same man that doesn't look at porn is the same man that looked at porn. He's just focused on checking a box every day. The new man, though, is the one that doesn't want, need, and desire it. He's built a life for himself where pornography plays no role in it. And if you want some help getting clear on what that looks like for you, I put together a 5-part training series where literally I walk you through every step of identifying who you can become in this journey. To click the link down there in the show notes or visit rebuiltrecovery.com/vision. I'm going to take you to this 5-step training to get clear on the man that you can become without pornography in your life. You have to start there and then set your aim on developing and becoming that man every single day. It's the exact same exercise that we take the men through inside of our Rebuilt Recovery program. Click the link, rebuiltrecovery.com/vision. But guys, if you got value out of this episode and if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're consuming on the audio side, guys, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. We're dropping 3 episodes per week right now. But leave us a 5-star rating and review. We'd love to hear your feedback, guys, and we'd love to get questions from you so we continue to show up and provide you exactly what you need in your journey to overcome this addiction for good. But quitting porn in and of itself is not enough. You must become the man that no one wants, needs, and desires it in his life. Coach Frank Rebuilt, man, we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.